Hi everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. Thanks for always being there, and I appreciate your support by giving my videos thumbs up. Thank you very much. Now, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and share my videos as well. Thank you. Now, what I have this morning is how to cut a 6-piece skirt in a very perfect and easy way. And I promise you will really enjoy it. That is if you watch this video to the end. Now, to start up, I have my measurements here, which I'm going to use for this particular skirt. Now, I have the length to be 38 inches, the waist 29 inches, while the hip 36 inches. Now, I'm going to work with the hip. I'll be working with the hip as well as the length first here. Now, the base for this skirt, I will be making the base 17 inches. So I shall be cutting 17 inches for this skirt as the base. Then I will be cutting 39 inches. Remember, I said the length is 38 inches, but I shall be adding extra 1. That gives me 39 inches. So I shall be cutting 39 inches for the length of this skirt, while the width 17 inches. So when I'm done, I will show you what has been done. Now, here is what I've just done. This fabric, I've turned it in. The right one is here. So this is the wrong side of this fabric. Now I've folded it into 2 this way, just for it to be easy for me to cut out the length. Now, like I said earlier on, I said I shall be cutting out 17 inches for the base of this skirt. So I'm going to measure. I have my 17 inches here, and I'm going to mark. This is 17 inches. I've marked. Now, I will also go to this place because I've folded it into 2 so that it will be very easy for me to cut it out. And this is 17 inches as well. And I mark. So I'm going to connect this line like this, after which I will cut it out. So it is more preferable you use a ruler so that you have so that it doesn't stress you up. So what I'm going to do is to cut it out. So this is the center front piece of the skirt. Now, I said the length is 38 inches plus 1. That one serves as the folding. So that gives me 39 inches. So I shall be cutting 39 inches here as the length of this skirt. Now, I've cut out the center piece for this skirt. Now I'm going to show you, like I told you the other time, that I will be making the base of this skirt to be 17 inches. Here is the 17 inches, as you can see. Now for the length is 38, but I add extra 1 for my folding. So that's why I'm having 39 inches as the length of this skirt. Now I have it 39 inches. So we are going to start fully. Now I'm going to fold it. This is the right side of this fabric, while this is the wrong side. Now I'm going to fold it into 2 equal parts this way. Now I haven't folded it. I'm going to start my calculation. The hip for this skirt is 36 inches. Now I'm going to divide the hip by 6 because it's 6 pieces skirt. So 36 divided by 6 gives me 6 inches. Now because this fabric, this one is unfold, so I'm going to divide that 6 by 2, which gives me 3 inches. So I shall be marking 3 inches. I shall be marking 3 inches. But before then, I quickly want to mark the hip line for this skirt. Now this is 39 inches. 39 inches divided by 2 gives me it gives me 19. Is that 19? I have 19 inches, 19.5 inches. That's 39, 19.5. Now I'm going to reduce that 19.5 . So 39 divided by 2 gives me 19.5. Now I shall be reducing 19.5 by 3 inches. So I shall be having 16.5 inches. So that 16.5 inches is going to serve as my nail line for this skirt. So I shall be marking 16.5 inches. Now that 16.5 plus extra 0.5 inches for this, for here, for the upper part of this skirt. So I shall be having the total of 17 inches, which is going to serve as my nail length. So I've marked 17 inches. So to start, I've already calculated how I'm going to divide the hip of this skirt. Now I'll still come back. I said this hip for this skirt is 36 inches. Now said 36 divided by 6 give me 6. But because this fabric is unfold, so I shall be dividing that 6 by 2, so which give me 3 inches. So I will be marking 3 inches. I shall be marking it to the nail line, 3 inches. Up to the nail line. That's where I'm going to stop these 3 inches. So I have 3 inches here. So the next thing for me is to connect these lines to the nail line. Now I've connected the lines from the up here to the nail line. Now the next thing for me is from that point, from that nail line point, I shall be connecting a line, making a slant line to the base here. Can you see? Making a slant line from that nail line point, making a slant line to the base here, to this point here. Then I connect this line. Now as you can see, the line has been connected like so, then slants to the base here. So the next thing for me is to cut out this shape out, before we now go to the next stage. Now this is the shape I have after cutting it out. And when I spread it like this, when I open it, this is what I have. So the next thing for me is to cut out the other two sides of the front piece or panel of this skirt. Now this is the two, as you can see, this is two pieces. These two pieces serve as the side parts, the two side parts of the front panel of this skirt. So let me quickly show you. For you to confirm the base, you will discover the base is also 17 inches, like the other center front piece I cut. Now the length is also 39, so it must grind with one another. Now I'm going to fold it. See, this is the wrong side, this is the wrong side. Why? This is the right side. So I'm going to fold it into two equal parts like so. Having folded it, the next thing I shall be doing is to place the center front piece which I've shaped, is to fold that center piece like so into two equal parts, and I will place it on this one because this is what I shall be using to cut out this. I'll place it first like so. Having placed it like this, I'm going to cut from here up to 1 inch above the nail line. 1 inch above the nail line, that is where I shall be stopping, or I shall stop. So I'm going to cut. The reason why I'm doing this is just to get the base shape first, after which I will now proceed. Shall be stopping at 1 inch above the nail line first. So I will stop here. Having stopped there, as you can see, now I'm going to remove this and I'm going to open this. I will open it now like so. Having opened it like this, you see what can you see what I'm doing right here? Now I'm going to trace this up and cut it out. How do I do that? Now we first place my tape rule here where I stop the cutting. I will mark. What do I have here? I have 5.2 inches. So this 5.2 inches which I have here, that is what I shall be using to mark to this edge here, after which I will now cut it out because I want a straight line. That's the essence of this. So I have 5.2 here, or 5.3 inches here. So I'm going to mark 5.3 inches like this. Okay, then I also mark 5.3 inches. And I also have a mark 5.3 inches. Then I mark 5.3 inches. Then I connect this line to this place. I connect, which will give me a straight line. After connecting, I will now cut this part off. Then I proceed again. So let me quickly connect. As you can see, I've connected the lines. Now I shall be cutting this part off. Now the next thing for me here is to look at this edge here. I shall be marking 0.5 inches or 0.5 inch inward. This 0.5 inch inward is what is going to serve as my seam allowance. So I shall be marking it downward. Then also I will come to this one. These two side pieces, I will be doing exactly what I did here. I shall be marking 0.5 inch inward, 0.5 inch inward down to the base. So that's the next thing I shall be doing. So I'm going to mark 0.5 inch like this down. Now, as you can see, the line has been connected. I've connected the lines up to the base, down to the base. Then for these two pieces, I've also done that to the edge here, down to the base. Now what I'm going to do is to place this one on these two pieces of the front panel like this. I will make sure I place it, this one, exactly on the line here. So it's going to stand this way, like that. So the next thing for me is to shape it out, shaping this, the waist, the hip out. Now I'm going to start. Now the waist for this skirt, like I said, is 29 inches. Now 29 inches divided by 6 will give me, let me quickly work out. Sorry, this is the front panel. So that 29 inches, I shall be dividing it by 2, which gives me 14.5 inches. Sorry. The 29 inches, which is for the waist of this skirt, I shall be dividing it by 2. 29 inches divided by 2 gives me 14.5 inches. The reason why I'm dividing it by 2 first is because this is the front panel of this skirt. You know, we have the back and the front, but I'm working on the front panel. So that's why I shall be dividing the waist by 2 first. So that is the reason why I have 14.5 or 14.5 inches. Now 14.5 inches, I will place my tape rule here, as you can see, on the line here, not from this edge, but on that line, on the line here, which I've marked. Now remember here, this piece is, when I open it, it will give me 6 inches. But when I fold it, it will give me 3 inches. Remember, we have reducted 0.5 inches. So I shall be left with 2.5 inches here. And 2.5 inches, this one is on fold. 2.5 inches times 2 gives me 5 inches. So I shall be subtracting that 5 inches from 14.5 inches. Now when I deduct 5 inches from 14.5 inches, I shall be having, I think, 9.5 inches. I shall be having 9.5 inches. Now that is what I shall be working with. That 5 inches has been deducted. So from here to this place, I will have 9.5 inches. But remember, this is two pieces. Now that 9.5 inches, I shall be dividing it by 2 again, because I have 2 pieces here. So I have approximately 5 inches. It's not up to 5 inches. So we have remember, I've subtracted 5 inches. This is 2.5, but because it's on fold, I have 5 inches. 5 inches, 14.5 inches minus 5 gives me 9.5 inches. But because this one is 2 pieces, so I shall be dividing that 9.5 inches by 2 again, which gives me almost 5 inches. Almost 5 inches. So I'm going to mark it out. I have it here. Now plus 1 inch for seam allowance, plus 1 inch. So this is what I have. This is what I have. Now that is for the waist of this skirt. Coming to the hip side, the length here, I shall be marking from here. I shall be marking 8 inches. From this edge, I will mark 8 inches. I have my 8 inches here. Now on this line is where my hip line. So I have my hip to be 36 inches. Now 36 inches divided by 2 gives me 18 inches. Now this one here, from this line to this place, I have 2 inches, but because it's on fold, so it's going to be 2.5. Sorry, I have 2.5 inches, but because it's on fold, it's going to be 2.5 inches times 2, which gives me 5 inches. So that 5 inches, I shall be subtracting it from 18 inches. So 18 minus 5 gives me 13 inches. So that 13 inches, I shall also be dividing it by 2, because this is 2 pieces. So 13 inches divided by 2 gives me 6.5 inches. So I shall be marking 6.5 inches on this hip line. 6.5 inches. I have my 6.5 inches here. Then plus 1 for my seam allowance. 1. So is any seam allowance I have for the waist is also the seam allowance I shall be marking on the hip, so that I will have an accurate and equal line at the end of the day. Now that is my hip line. Now coming to the nail line. The other time we mark our nail line to be 17 inches. I shall be marking 17 inches right from the edge here. I have my 17 inches. So this is my nail line. So whatever you have on the hip line, you subtract it by 1 inch. But if the person is of plus size, you subtract by 2 depending on the hip of the individual or the client. So, but this for this particular one, I shall be reducing what I have on the hip line. I shall be reducing it by just 1 inch. So here I have 6.5. If you can still remember. Sorry, this is supposed to be placed right on the line. So let's measure and see. I have 6.5, as you can see, it's 6.5. Now this 6.5 on the new line, I shall be reducing it by 1 inch, which means I'm going to have 5.5 inches on the new line. So I shall be marking 5.5 inches. This is what I have. Then plus 1 inch for the seam allowance. So the next thing I shall be doing is to connect these lines together. So I've connected the lines. This ought not to be sharp, but a little bit curved. So I've connected the lines. What I'm going to do is to cut it out. I'm not cutting this line. It's this second line I shall be cutting out. So take note of that. So let's cut. So this is the front, the center piece of this, the center front of this skirt. Now this, what I have here, these two pieces, this is what I shall be using to cut out the back and side panel of this skirt. Now for this one, the center back panel, remember this is the center front panel. This one, I shall be using it to cut the center back panel, but I will be increasing it by 1 because of the zipper allowance. I mean the width. So I'm going to show you what I shall be doing on that. Now, I've placed the center front on this one, which I've just cut. Remember the one we cut the other time was 17 inches for the base, but because this is the center back panel, so I'm going to make it, I've made it 19 inches for the base because of the zipper allowance. So that's the essence, and I've placed it. As you can see, you will see that there is an extra 1 inch space here. This is where my zipper is going to sit. So that's just the essence. Now I'm going to I'm going to cut it out using this shape. Cut it out. After cutting it out, I will now slant this center back panel or piece into 2 equal parts straight. So that is what I shall be doing right now. So I've cut it out. So like I said, I'm going to slit this back. I will slit it into 2 equal parts. What I'm doing right here is using the center front panel to cut out the 2 side and back panel. That's what I've just done, or I'm doing right now here. If you are interested in how to put this skirt together, please check my video, on how to put these skirts together, these pieces together. Very easy, very simple. Now this particular skirt we'll be having is a lining skirt. So what is very easy, just place one of these pieces on the lining and use it to cut out the shape. Then you are through with the cutting of the skirt. Thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed before. Like this video, I will really appreciate, and share my videos as well, including this. Thanks for watching. Bye bye for now.